Okay, so today we're going to do telling the time. So first we'll start off by revising the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you may already know this, but just to revise, there are two ways of saying she, two ways of saying 4. You can either say she, or you can say yon. And also with 7, you can say nana, or you can say shichi. So just keep that in mind. Shi, yon, nana, shichi. And multiples of 10 are very easy in Japanese. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. That's all we need to do for now. So telling the time is pretty straightforward in Japanese. This here is 6時45分 3時22分 5時50分 8時5分 and 11時10分. So it's pretty simple. One thing you need to notice is that there are two ways of saying minutes, fun and pun, and you just have to memorize which ones take fun and which ones take pun. Okay, so here we have a list of 1 to 10, and I'm going to give you the pronunciation. See if you can write it down in your books with the correct spelling in hiragana. 1分 2分 3分 4分 5分 6分 7分 We don't say 7分 8分 9分 10分 So notice some of them are slightly different, slightly irregular. So I'll go through them again just to make sure you get them. 1分 2分 3分 4分 5分 6分 7分 8分 9分 10分. Okay, and here's the spelling. So we have 1分 not 1分 2分 3分 4分 5分 6分 not 6分 7分 8分 not 8分 9分 and 10分 not 10分. So some of them have been shortened a little bit, and Japanese do that quite often, just to make it sort of flow a little bit easier and make it easier to say. Okay, so here we go. I've got some times here. I'm going to ask you in Japanese what time it is and give you a few seconds and see if you can say it out loud what the time is. 何時ですか? So I'll give you a few seconds and then I'll give you the answer. 何時ですか? 7時39分です. Did you get that one? 何時ですか? 5時30分です. 何時ですか? 12時58分です. 何時ですか? 3時50分です. 何時ですか ?1 時39分です。Okay, I hope you got those ones right. Just to check the answers, I'll go through. 7時39分です。5時30分です。12時58分です。3時50分です。1時39分です。So telling the time's pretty easy. Now we'll go on to combine it with your daily activities, and that should be really useful. So first we'll learn how to say a few different daily activities. So listen and repeat. 起きます。起きます。朝ごはんを食べます。朝ごはんを食べます。学校へ行きます。学校へ行きます。寝ます。寝ます。So just a few simple ones there. So just to double check, 寝ます。朝ごはんを食べます。起きます。学校へ行きます。So I'll point at them again, see if you can guess what they are. Give you a second. 朝ごはんを食べます。寝ます。起きます。学校へ行きます。How'd you go? So just to clarify, just in case it isn't obvious, we've got 起きます to get up, 朝ごはんを食べます to eat breakfast, 学校へ行きます to go to school, and 寝ます to sleep. And here's the spelling. 起きます。朝ごはんを食べます。学校へ行きます。寝ます。Now we can combine the times and the activities and give information about our daily schedules. So I'll give you a few examples. 7時に起きます。7時に起きます。7時39分に学校へ行きます。7時39分に学校へ行きます。So it's pretty easy to combine really. We just say the time, に, and then the activity. So in this case, 7時39分に学校へ行きます。And the translation of that, give you a second to think about it. Of course, it's I go to school at 7:39. And it's not really obvious, but Japanese often drop the subject of the sentence. So the subject of the sentence, you're talking about what you do. So it's boku, I. Boku wa 7時39分に学校へ行きます. Okay, so when we start making sentences in Japanese, you're going to have to start taking notice of the particles. Now there are two obvious particles that are written on this slide. They are wa and ni. So wa is the subject particle. That tells us what the sentence is about. You have to note though that it often gets dropped. They'll often just say 7時39分に学校へ行きます. That means that could be I go to school at 7:39, it could be you go to school at 7:39, it could be everyone goes to school at 7:39. You just need to guess the subject from context if it's not explicitly stated in the sentence. So generally it's not really that difficult, and it's usually quite obvious who the subject is from other information. Ni is a time particle. Ni comes after the time. Okay, so this is a question for you. How would you say this sentence? I sleep at 8:45. I sleep at 8:45. So make sure you include boku wa at the start for I. Something goes in here after the time, and then you need to know the verb. So have a look back if you don't know it and see if you can write that whole sentence in Japanese. Take a few seconds and pause the video now. Okay, so if you've taken a second and tried to write it out yourself, here's the answer. We've got boku wa 8時45分に寝ます. How did you go?